Hallonquist is located approximately 45 minutes southeast of Swift Current. And with the community hall as its only remaining structure in use, it is now considered a ghost town. But for one weekend in July, the population is rejuvenated as rodeo fans gather for the annual Hallonquist Rodeo. Rodeo has been a long-standing tradition in Hallonquist, and as these weathered papers show, the love for the sport dates back over 50 years. However, according to former rodeo secretary Orville Storm, not everyone in the community was pleased about the event in the early days, with the local Lutheran church raising concerns over the rodeo taking place on a Sunday.
Shortly after that, we get a call from an assistant from the Attorney General of Saskatchewan. He calls in on us and gives us a little speech about, you know, you can't interfere with the church stuff and all this stuff. Well, we've had our rodeos after dinner, and the church is usually over at noon. And so he questioned us what we did with the money, and we said we were putting it into a curling rink. And things for the community here. I wouldn't worry about it, he said. Just make sure you have your rodeos after dinner.
Now, as 2008 marked the 52nd edition of the rodeo, volunteers of all ages gathered days in advance to prepare the grounds for the weekend event. From putting up sponsor signage to working the rodeo arena, hours of preparation are undertaken each year to ensure a top-quality event is hosted by the community. This includes upgrades to the corrals and overall grounds.
We want to have a decent facility. Facility is a lot of things. Like, we're getting these stock contractors have a lot in their livestock, and we don't want to have a board breaking and a horse getting poked by a sliver from a broken board. You know, that's something that they have to take care of, and you know, we don't want to have a reputation that we're doing that. So by putting everything in steel like this here, it's safety for the animals, and that's one of the main things, is making sure that the livestock's going to be in good shape when they leave here also.
The Hallonquist Rodeo is a community tradition, bringing everyone from the surrounding area together for one weekend in a sense of camaraderie to put on the best show on earth. And attendance to the rodeo is expected by everyone within shouting distance of the grounds. And if Cupid's arrow happens to strike your heart, your wedding plans had better be put on hold for this particular July weekend.
Oh yeah, it's sacrilege. We frown upon that. It's a real hard decision whether to send them a card for their wedding or not. We won't go.
All kidding aside, Ostrander says a key area to ensuring the longevity of the Hallonquist Rodeo is sponsorship. Local investment in the event not only brings the rodeo back every year, but also benefits Hallonquist as a whole.
The money, what we do make, gets spent in the community here. We have a little hall up in our town, what's left of it, and we keep that heated, telephone in it. In fact, we just put running water in it recently.
Along with the usual rodeo fare of barrel racing, calf roping, and bull riding, those in attendance are able to take part in a unique event called the Wife Makes Fence Competition. Organizer Geraldine Sims says the idea for the event came to fruition around the same time Swift Current was rebranding its city, and local residents thought Hallonquist should have its own slogan, where wife makes fence.
Basically, it's just a forum where couples can work together in a fun surrounding to string a little bit of wire in order to make a fence, but also do some other entertaining things. It's as much for entertainment as it is for competition, and the crowd gets more out of it, I think, than the people do even that are performing, because that's what it is. And it's a really good fundraiser for our club.
And as the sun sets on another year of the Hallonquist Rodeo, organizers like Doug Ostrander hope the tradition continues for generations to come.
Our community is the people that come back, that assist in it. We don't have a town anymore. We have a town site. So the draw to this community is the rodeo. I don't know quite how to explain it. It's just something that's been here and we want to keep here.
Although the town may no longer exist, for many Hallonquist will always be home. And for one brief weekend, everyone who attends the rodeo becomes a resident of Hallonquist, ensuring the Southwest tradition continues.